Good
No.
morning, What? Oh, I thought you said no. What?
Nope, I didn't. That was clear.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going?
Or evening or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. I'm Astonishing Melanie. Do we have our thing up? This is the Uncanny Omar, and together we are Omni.
Omni, what's up, everybody? Welcome to your Saturday morning live stream here in the state of Kentucky. It is Saturday morning.
Amazing Kentuckian.
Beautiful, beautiful day here. I got to mow the lawn. We got a party to go to.
And thank you, Kevin, for starting us off with a super sticker.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Kind of got some recording to do. My daughter and I will be in DC next week, so I got to make sure I have enough videos out. And hopefully everybody's having a good day so far. What's up, Rick Gear? How are you, brother?
Unbridled spirit.
Kentucky. I'm surprised he knows.
Oh, you're right. I thought you meant because you were energetic.
What?
That is what it used to say on the license plate. Does it still say that?
I don't know. I'm just surprised he knows that. He's from the UK.
Yeah.
Or Scotland. No, you're UK, aren't you?
Did you like memorize all the states of the United States? Yes, Josh, we are leaving the house.
I leave the house every weekend, dude. I work here all week and leave the house every weekend. Every once in a while, I'll go see a movie.
Batman Gotham Underground Deluxe Edition.
Are you demanding that, Candy Jams? Or are you breaking news? Are you breaking news? What's going on?
Are you recommending it?
Are you saying that it should exist?
Let's see. Hey, NMC, it's another working weekend for me. Oh, I get to watch
the entire stream. That's good, man.
We're multitasking. And Alex has reached Amazing Spider-Man number 266.
That's awesome.
Good job.
You're getting ready to go into the era that a lot of us became, well, people my age became huge fans of Spider-Man.
Logan says, Melanie, your Mr. Miracle review was very powerful and moving. As someone who has always had depression and anxiety, it spoke to me on so many levels, even the things you didn't say.
Wow.
Thank you. So I'm really glad that it spoke to you, Logan, because I think a lot of times it's just nice to know that somebody else is going through the same thing. That is up on our Patreon, because I had a horrible time getting across what I wanted to say, and also the mic was messed up. It was a big mess. So it's up on Patreon. And Ken is saying, hopefully we get more Superman collected editions soon.
Hopefully, Kenny. Hopefully, buddy. And yeah, I thought what you did was really brave, though. Not a lot of sometimes you put yourself out there.
And it helped me too to kind of process some stuff by like writing the script. So I highly recommend Mr. Miracle to everybody. Oh, my Tom King and Mitch Gerard.
Mitch Gerards?
Well, Gerards. Dang nabbit, how did I say it? I looked it up. And then I'm like, what? How do you pronounce his name? Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Birthday week, don't ask me. Birthday weekend, gonna drive home to San Antonio for some enchiladas.
Just
for enchiladas? Are they worth it?
Turn around and go back.
Are they worth it?
Hey, Sam. Sam's asking anything that should be read before Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing.
Wow, look at you. You actually knew that acronym.
Yeah. I'm with it today.
So Al Ewing, as a matter of fact, I was going to record my video on the trades for Tuesday. Al Ewing's Guardians of the Galaxy relies heavily on at least knowing some of the characters and their current status.
It's another video.
Status quo. That's the only problem. So I mean, I would at least read Donny Cates' Guardians of the Galaxy before reading this, because that at least it shows you the most current status quo before this starts. Did we freeze for a second? That was weird. Nobody's on the camera.
Yeah,
Tam Kang and Mikhail Jareds. Thank you for that, John. I appreciate that.
I'm going to pronounce this Rafa. Is saying hello, Melanie. Hello, Omar.
Yes, and Roy is right. That's a thick trade. Could make a nice Omni. All they need to do is add Last Annihilation in there, baby. You got yourself a stew.
Josh says no freeze, and Newspooey Channel's asking if that's Dr. Doom in the book.
Oh, yes, he plays a big part of the Last Annihilation story, which is awesome. Hope you read it one day.
Oh. Do you think he'll eventually get an Omni?
What did he enjoy?
My overview. Thank you so much. Do you think we'll eventually get an Omni?
Oh yeah. Well, eventually when Chip is done, right? When Chip is done writing Batman, I'm sure DC will look at it and be like, "Hey, let's make it into an omnibus." because we still don't have a Tom King omnibus, and he's been done. Well, I mean, he's still writing stories in the past, so I don't know if they're still like, how much you got in you? And he's like, I got 10 more stories. Look, Roberto Rodriguez got blinded and went completely into Ewing without knowing anything, and he had no problems. That could say something about that dude, though. Roberto Rodriguez is a very smart dude, so could be that.
And in the overview, did you all catch the Fight Club cigarette burns? Wink, wink. Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Is that what you're doing? You're winking? It looks like you're blinking with both eyes. There you go.
Is that yeah, that took forever to edit.
What's up, brother? Hi, Omni. Thank you for the super chat. This money goes for vitamin D supplements for Omar, who spends all week making videos about his comic book stuck inside his my mom's dark basement. Thank you for the super chat.
It's to protect the books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Big Stew.
Yes, they are. Big Stew. That's right, Big Stew.
Got yourself a Big Stew. What Daredevil reprints can we expect?
I would say Brubaker Volume 2 for sure, because that made it in the top 20, and that was the #1 voted most wanted voted Marvel Omnibus reprint. And then there were 3 epics of Daredevil. And you all really love Daredevil. And speaking of list, Tiger Eyes is done.
Woohoo!
He's going to the beach.
Woohoo!
Taking a vacation. I got the list. So I will be making that video this weekend. I think it's top 60. He's killing me. You know how many graphics I have to pull, Tiger Eyes? 60. So top 60 instead of top 50, because he was like, oh, there's a lot. Maybe I told him next year maybe we should
throw in 10 for free.
We should do a poll next year to make it easier for people that don't know much about mapping or know much about or are still new to Omnis. I think a poll would be better, but oh my gosh, it would be so many books in a poll. And then who's in charge of the poll? Because you always leave something out, because there's always that one guy that's like, hey, you forgot Super Pro. And it wouldn't be Fabian Nicieza, because that book almost killed him. Is James Gunn? In James Gunn, I trust with the DCU. Hopefully, it will turn out great. Superman, excited for Superman Legacy and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movies coming out in a few years. Same, buddy.
And Chris, thank you for the super chat.
Oh,
morning, afternoon, both. My eldest daughter is 15 today. Could you say happy birthday to Lyra? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, please. Thanks, guys. Well,
happy birthday, Lyra. Hope you have a wonderful day. And you inherit.
Happy birthday to you.
I didn't know you were going to
Happy
sing.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lyra. And here's Batman throwing a cake at you. Hey, that works.
Doesn't look anything like
and
Lyra.
Many more. Oh, wait, that's true.
Matter of fact, that looks like a demon. What's up, Brian McAllister?
Have fun today. And Dean's asking, when will the next batch of Omni announcements be coming out?
Whenever Marvel approves them. Seriously, like I just recorded the big one, waiting for approval, and I may have to change some things because some things have already been changed, so may have to re-record it, which happens. Maybe I'll say maybe in 2 weeks' time we'll have some. I'm not sure if the big one will be that day or not because I have to coincide with their announcements too.
Thank you so much. She's so chuffed. Is that a word? Is that a typo?
You're the English. You have a master's in English. How do you not know this?
I'm glad she's chuffed. Daredevil's the best. Just watched your interview with Chip Zdarsky. Just love hearing about the passing of the torch between the writers.
I thought that was really cool that they've done that, right? We had it done between Bendis and Brubaker, and now he's doing it with his new writer. And I'm like, what could Chip do to Daredevil to make it the new writer like have a hurdle, right? Depending on the writer.
And of course not to be like.
And who's the writer? Oh, Chip's like, I gave him his sight back.
That's what we joked about. People in the chat were like, you could.
Dude, he was sweating. He was like, they figured it out. They cracked the code.
Lauren said, I tried doing mapping like Omar on that Tiger Eyes poll. Man, that was something.
Yeah, it's a headache, brother. It's a headache. What's up, Beppo? How are you, my brother? It's not easy, but I find that stuff fun. Like mapping that stuff is fun.
Oh, Noah's guessing, but it's an X-Men box set.
Oh, dude, it's funny. My Patreons that I have one-on-one with, I had like 4 of them ask me the same thing. They're like, "What is it? What is it, buddy? What is it? What is it? Is it this?" And they would throw like like, is it this? And I responded the exact same way to all their guesses. I just ignored it.
It'll be this year.
No, it will not be coming out this year.
No, well, big announcement.
The announcement is the announcement is coming this year.
That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, thank you so much for the super chat. And
what's
been on
up,
a break
Paul?
from channel since January. What has been the biggest news to come out since January for the channel and collected editions?
For me, it had to have been New Warriors. And thanks for coming back, brother. We all need breaks from time to time. I need a break from myself sometimes. For me, it's either Wolverine 4 or New Warriors Omnibus Volume 3, but both of or at least New Warriors Volume 3 has been pushed back. I can't remember what else I announced recently, since you've been gone since January, so you missed the announcements in February and in March. February, I had a couple. What was the Masterworks announcements? I think the new lineup of Masterworks. Any news on the inevitable Cloak and Dagger Volume 3? No. Is it inevitable? Like the modern stuff?
Love Chip Zdarsky's interview. However, felt very validated when he said he wouldn't write any stories if he was the last person on Earth. Oh, yeah. It's still a job that takes a massive toll. Yeah, it was.
Who's going to be reading these?
Rob, he did not tell us who the new writer would be.
No, he didn't. And he did not also tell us when his last issue would be. He said that announcement would come from Marvel. And he wanted to make the announcement that he was leaving Daredevil because he didn't want to take away from... They wanted to announce both Chip Zdarsky's leaving Daredevil and Blank is coming in as the new writer. And he felt like doing that would take away from Blank's announcement. So he wanted to do, hey, here we go with I'm leaving the book. And then later on they can announce the new writer and he or she. He kept calling him he, so I assume it's going to be... Right? A he? Maybe? Because he kept saying him. What if he's throwing us off?
There we go.
What if it's Andy again coming back? And he's been throwing us off for years because that's his favorite Daredevil writer.
Hold up. There you go. Read that one.
Cloak and Dagger Volume 3 and Power Pack Gurihiru joined announcement. Oh, dude, you all have some good taste. When the Chip Zdarsky Daredevil Omnibus comes out, do you think they will include Devil's Reign main event like they did with Jason Aaron's Thor, War of the Realms? Oh, yeah, I think so. I think they've been doing a really good job with the mapping of those creator-owned Omnis recently. So I think so.
I'm trying to flip my mind and adjust the angle of this.
Omar, any cosmic announcements in the future? I'm trying to think, brother. So if you all are part of our social media, I know not everybody has social media, but I also put it on our Patreon.
Ooh, look at that yellow.
The new schedule for omnibus releases from Marvel Comics, and people were worried because I have it all the way from May of this year until July of next year, and people were worried that wait, is that it? And no, that's not it. On Patreon, I teased the slots of how many new omnis and new reprints are going to be. So that's where the announcements are going to come from. And I'm trying to think, were there any that were cosmic? I mean, sorry, besides the big announcement, there's one that there are two that I know. Well, one, never mind. That's people will decipher that one. Never mind. There's one that's going to make me really happy though. Finally, after years of waiting. She's doing a Storm miniseries.
Yeah,
Innocenti. Cool.
Hi, T.
How are you doing, brother?
Omnibus saying it's a godsend.
Oh, the schedule? Yeah, so what they had to reshuffle things around, and it is disappointing to see some books push until next year. But it makes sense, right? If you overflood the market because of all the delays and you're trying to play catch up, people are going to break. So even though it's ridiculous to say two omnis a week, it's a lot better than 7 to 10 omnis a week, which was insane. So that's what they're trying to do with no more delays. Since they've got it all figured out, knock on wood, there's no more pandemics or anything happening, But I guess there's no preventing that no matter what.
Hey, Omar, Mel, and all mentees. Greetings from Prague Comic Con. Just got back from Ian McDermott. Signing my Star Wars Omni, also with Jason Aaron's signature.
Oh,
yay!
Jason Aaron's over there. That's cool.
Awesome.
Oh, that's right. He is over there. I saw his social media post. That's awesome, dude.
Is there a definitive Crystal of the Inhuman storyline?
I actually enjoy Crystal when she was part of the Fantastic Four, and she, without going into spoilers, she steps up in War of Kings. She steps up in War of Kings. Really, you guys are now getting your Aztec Ace. That book has been available since October in the direct and book market. So they're just now shipping the Kickstarters. Whoa, that's a long time. What was Roberto Rodriguez's question? He says, good question. I hope so. What's the difference between an epic and complete collection? Well, complete collections are done. Now they're having things like this. It's just Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing. So this is not a complete collection. So they're not doing any more complete collections. Now they've moved on to modern epics. And to kind of give you a small hint as to what the new epic announcements are going to be like, the age of the modern epic has arrived. Like, there's a lot of those. Here is one. In 2023, no, they've all been, most of them, or some of them have been shifted to 2024, unfortunately. Hold on. I'm trying to think of the list, and I can pull it up right now. But one of my favorite things to do for the Ask Me Anything is people like to see my reaction when I go through the list of books that David sent me for announcements.
So that's going to be next Sunday. Not tomorrow, but next. Well, Sunday? Hold up. Wait a second. What's the 23rd?
I don't know. Man, let me think. Is there?
Yeah. So not tomorrow, but the next Sunday, the 23rd.
Hold on just a second, Roberto.
And that's part of the $7.77 tier on Patreon. And the book club meeting will be April 30th, the following Sunday. And we are reading All-Star Batman and Robin and seeing what kind of saving grace there is in the story. And just to have fun. Just to read something that
there's a saving grace?
I don't know. I can't remember. I've read it years ago. Just have fun.
Hold on 1 second, brother. Let me double check. Oh, yes, there is an X-related title, Omnibus, the one that I have not announced. And I think one.
Give you a hint?
Nope.
It starts with an X.
Well, now they know it's not New Mutants, Melanie. Way to go, Excalibur.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at the list. I don't count. There's a lot of books here.
Well, yeah, because this is also part of the stuff that they've moved over.
I just meant X-Men.
I'm not kidding when I say there's a couple books that people have been asking for years, finally making it in an omnibus format. And besides the big announcement, those are making me happy to get to announce. So,
Dazzler, of course.
That's not off that's honestly not. I don't think that's too far off. On the phone, David told me, he was like, man, people really like Dazzler. Those Masterworks are selling, and maybe we should do an epic. I think
she's dazzling.
He's like, I think I want her to go straight in the omnibus format. And I was like, before Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch? Okay. But it will make people like my girl, Rebel by Design, so happy.
Seen her in a while.
Mrs. V.
Lionheart, thank you.
What did he do?
Can I be, for the super chat, can I be excused from next week's Q&A because I would like to go to Wicked Comic Con in Boston? Yes, sir, you may. Thank you for letting me know ahead of time. So
you ain't asked me.
Count you absent. Let's see. Maybe Road to Onslaught. Maybe X-Force by Yost.
Y'all can guess all you want to. I can't say a word. But it is funny whenever I say it's one that people have been asking about for so many years. Immediately, most people are like, I know, because it's the one I want.
Dazzler bus.
Yeah. I can't believe Warren likes Dazzler that much, and he hates. Don't you hate Wolverine? That's okay, Warren.
Doug says you're correct, Omar. Paul Dini's omnibus run on Batman is your number one choice. I wasn't a fan of Grant Morrison's run on Batman. Doesn't come close. Batman's Omni's ranking video. Anyone? Question mark.
Yeah, you want me to rank them? Oh, okay. I can rank them in a video. Thank you for that suggestion, brother.
Darkhawk.
Look, he's got a Darkhawk. You got a Darkhawk. I think everybody wants something different. But as the guy that sees all the comments, I know what most people want. And
All right, I've got Logan's back. I've asked this a couple of times before, but it's never been chosen.
All right, Logan,
Who
what
do
you
you
got?
think is the anti-Daredevil, meaning a character who has had an overwhelming amount of bad runs? Iron Man, perhaps?
Oh, that is a good guess, dude. Iron Man has no luck. I have no idea how that book was still around for so long. Are there really that, how many more stories can you tell about a guy in a suit? That's always been the thing. And it takes a really good writer to come in and do something fresh and new with a character like that. Daredevil has had a successful amount of like talented writers come in, and it's almost not fair. Because as a guy that likes X-Men, you're like, hey, can I borrow some of them writers? Like,
can I borrow some
of them writers to come over to here to X-Men for a little bit? Well, no, Brubaker took over X-Men for a while, and it wasn't my favorite. I think you're right though. Because when I think of whenever I think of my top 15 X-Men stories, top 15 Captain America stories, and I sit there and think my top 15 Iron Man stories, I can go to 7 before I'm like, okay, now I've really got to look up some of these books. So, yeah, it's just
Hey, Chris. Good morning, Omar and Melanie. It's a nice spring day in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah,
what's up, buddy?
Here. Oh, and I'm like, I should force myself to go outside because I love being outside. However, I'm playing the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Are you talking to me or Chris?
Everybody.
Sorry,
Chris.
What did he ask you? Do you like to be inside or outside?
It's a nice spring day.
Oh, Chris don't care about you playing Resident Evil?
It's so much fun and I want to go play it. I just finally caught up on reading Zdarsky's Daredevil, which is so darn good. What are your favorite Zdarsky indie works?
I like his Stillwater. I thought it was excellent.
So, I didn't know you read that.
Yeah, I've got the first trade.
Oh, well, I want to read it.
It's Gillian March, isn't it? The artist.
I don't know what books you get.
Yeah, you
every other day there's a pile on the counter.
And you just pick out Batman and Spider-Man.
Table because I'm afraid that somebody's going to spill water on it.
Ooh, you should make a TikTok about what you do with my books, and then I'm asking you, where are my books, Melanie?
Will you tell in the video that it was the big announcement? Will you be like, all right, guys, this is the big announcement?
You'll know. You'll know.
Okay.
You'll know because it's years in the making and finally coming out, so you'll know.
Did you hear the wonderful news from Marvel that they are going back and revisiting the Thunderbolts movie script to not have it black, white, character-centric anymore? I'm so happy for that.
Black white character. You mean the Black Widow character centric?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't, but good. I know that they couldn't get the girl that played Ghost back, so they're gonna have to rewrite that character in. But yeah, yeah. No, I haven't heard about that. Very cool. Very cool. The good name of Iron Man. John's a good guy. Okay, John.
You're a good guy.
Give me your top 10 favorite best Iron Man runs. Seriously.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm curious what people, because I have a hard time. Like I remember the other day when I'm like, let's make a list. And I'm like, I should do a list on Iron Man. There's not a lot out there. Oh, that's why.
Lionheart, do you really have perfect attendance for the Q&A?
Really? You do? Give that man a gold star.
Well,
give that man a gold star.
It's like one that's still perfect attendance, and yes, you're excused.
Cody Suffers. Hold on a second. I don't know. Hold on. Bendis' infamous Iron Man was the most interesting Iron Man story since The Crossing. Wait. I don't agree, but I actually like The Crossing though, which is ridiculous what they did with Iron Man, but.
Yeah, Matt, it's great. And the Resident Evil remake. Oh my gosh, before the prologue, I was like, I kept dying. I was like, I forgot how to play. And then it says Resident Evil 4. I hadn't even gotten to the title yet. But then I remembered how to play. Like, as in, don't rush in. Hey Jack, how are you?
Jack only speaks Spanish. Do it again. Baby, let's show them Spanish skills. Come on now. You know how to say how are you.
Bien, y tú?
No, that's saying good and you.
I'm answering.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, just a second.
Oh boy.
Yesterday, I thought in Spanish.
Really?
Yes.
I never do that.
Like,
I don't remember thinking
because I
Spanish.
have 3 students who speak mostly Spanish. And so I'm translating and speaking Spanish off the top of my head to them. And then secondly, I'm doing it on Duolingo as well and Japanese. And I thought in Spanish. Yes. Okay. So Fraction and Gillen did great work on Iron Man. Businesses was okay.
Like I said, I still have no guess what the big one could be. Uncanny X-Men 5 is announced already, right? It is.
John saying runs or stories.
Please do the Tiger Eyes poll result as a live stream with Jess and the gang for analysis. And I wish I could.
Yes, that's what I meant to click on earlier.
Hold on. All right. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking live, and nobody wants to hear that or see that. If I do it tomorrow, can you all join me tomorrow? Because that is the only day I can do it. Because we're traveling to Washington, or at least my daughter and I are traveling to Washington D.C.
What if I got in on every night and did a live chat to mess up every the algorithm?
Maybe I'm gonna need your help though, because I'll have to. Can you help me tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me think of a time, and we can do it tomorrow. Okay.
Like with the live?
Yeah, with you live, and you can see your top 60. It'll be fun. I'll see if Jess can join me.
Oh, and you don't have to film it.
Well, no, but this can be really hard though, because we have to figure out a way to put up what the numbers are from 60.
Oh, that's what you need my help with.
Yes. Well,
man, I got your back.
You gotta,
remember we did giveaways that I counted by my fingers?
We'll have to do 2 screens, because I like to make, I got to be professional. But it doesn't give me a lot of time to create some kind of spreadsheet. Happy Saturday, Omar and Melanie. I always wanted to see more Iron Man stories where Tony Stark is lower mid-class and has to build cost-efficient suit while dealing with everyday issues. Well, let me introduce you, my brother, Chicano Heat, to the wonderful world of the New Warriors. Because Night Thrasher had to do that, even though he did have the Taylor Foundation. So he had money too.
But Mr. Awesome is like over and over. He's like, you gotta take this suggestion. Absolutely, yes. And thank you, Jack.
Excelente.
Puedo hablar español.
Puedo. Muy bien, mi amor.
It was because I got stuck in my head. I was going to argue with you, and then it just got me stuck. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, okay, sure. Cool. Wait, yeah. Dee's just like, yeah.
It just sure. Don't expect, because I have to mow, and I've got to go to this party, and this was supposed to be recorded. And on my way to Washington, I was going to put in the visuals and stuff. So don't expect maybe too many fancy visuals. Just expect maybe a list, if that's cool. But we can do. I can definitely do it tomorrow. That's a really good idea. What time tomorrow? Warren, you just had to ask, didn't you, brother? You just had to ask.
Yeah.
Let me think on that, okay? And then by the end of this show, I'll talk about it, because I got to think and read. Man, okay.
Mr. Awesome said thank you.
No, thank you for bringing it up, brother. What's going on, King Sport Cal? How are you, mi hermano? I'm waiting on this DoorDash rotisserie chicken. Why you gotta make me hungry, man? Why you gotta make... Dude, we should do that. We should get DoorDash and have them come in here and be like, hey, you're part of a live stream. They're going to be like, what?
I bet you YouTubers do that.
Oh, I'm sure they do. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo estás?
Thank you.
Wait a minute. That's not a Gundam. It's a Gungan. That's awesome.
What's a Gungan?
Star Wars, Jar Jar.
Oh.
And he's wearing a Gundam helmet.
Yeah. Oh, I see it.
That's an awesome
nice. Man. I see it because I got some prescription eye drops to help with the dryness in my eyes, and now I can see better. And I probably won't be going like this anymore.
Good morning por la mañana. ¿Cómo estás, mi hermano? Let's see. There was another question. Maybe a couple here.
Okay. Any news with Transformers and G.I. Joe? Most of the comics are out of print. The classics and IDW are hard to find.
Nothing yet, man. Nothing yet. But let me tell you something. Larry Hama knows. He's still writing G.I. Joe for the new. He's getting checks from the new publisher. So,
but you can't say who it is.
No, that's their thing. There's fancy visuals. No, how dare you, sir?
So that's good news for you, Flying Puppet Comics 004.
I mean, it's still happening. It's just I don't know why they're being quiet about it. What 100 volume manga will last the longest? One Piece, Detective Conan, case closed. Booty Royale. They're gonna throw you your food at softcover, Omar and Lee. What's up? Blesses. Hating. Hi everyone.
Hey Craig.
Finishing up
the business there that we're on today.
What'd you think of that ending, man? That's the kind of ending that he left. He left for Brubaker. That mess. I loved it.
Hey Hey, how are you both? With all these reprints of DC Absolute Editions, do you think we'll get new reprints, especially the Long Halloween, Dark Victory, or Top 10? So long out of print. I'm sad.
I think those will come. I don't know about top 10, but I think if it's a Batman title, it will. Bailey, how are you, dude?
Hey, Bailey. John, I forgot to look for your answer. I'll try looking again. Maximus Jackson, though, what do you think of using Wolverine as the kid's middle name?
Heck yeah.
We have a friend who changed his name to Logan.
Yep.
Like, legally.
His name growing up was Charlie Brown, and then he changed his name to Logan Kane. Mm-hmm. So he is a super cool dude. I don't think people are going to be looking up. What's up, Tyler? People are going to be looking up Logan Kane in Kentucky. They're going to be a lot of people. You doing all right, brother? Bailey's good people.
Dark Victory Absolute is one of my gems.
Yeah, I think one day they'll have those again.
Jackie's asking, any chance of us getting Dawn of X-Men era Omnis in the near future? It would be a blast.
All right. This is not breaking news. This is you just asking me. I asked David that because there's not a week that goes by. This is why it pays off to watch the Saturday streams. Not a week that goes by that somebody doesn't ask me, when are we going to get Dawn of X era? When are we going to get the House of X era? Is House and Powers of X going to be included in Omnibus? And 100% honest with you, and I don't think he minds me sharing, they are nowhere near looking at that stuff right now. He said, maybe when it's over, we'll look at everything and see how many books it would take. I mean, he's like, we're for sure going to do it, but it won't be for a while. We still have the anthologies coming out. We've got the trade paperbacks coming out, and we've got the hardcovers coming out. And he's like, and it is a good point. He was like, we can't just make an omnibus of something of Dawn of X and then have Fall of X only be like 20 issues. So he's like, we got to look at everything. So maybe when it's all said and done, we'll revisit and see how the mapping is going to work. And that's the honest answer that I got, because I get that question so often.
Glitchy. Let me give you another one. That one's glitchy.
What's up, Mike? How are you, hermano?
Thank you. Hey, all. For Mel, I loved your fail-safe review. It is probably one of the ridiculous and even dumbest Batman books I've ever read in a long time. That's why I loved it. Right?
You're getting a lot of love for that review.
But when you're reading it, you're so immersed that you're like, I mean, it's Batman. He could do anything. And it still makes sense. And just go with it. Yep. So, Mike, thank you. Thank you all. You're all, you know what? I love when Zdarsky said, you're very kind. I want to start saying that.
Who do you say that to?
Very kind. Whenever it's somebody would compliment him.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry if that was not the answer you were looking for, my brother, when you were asking about the Dawn of X Omnis, but that's the straight up like answer from Marvel themselves. So they are going to look at it when it's all said and done.
Just 2 seconds. I want to announce the students of the week. For my English classes, these students have either improved their work ethic, always on point.
Always on point.
They are terrific writers. Okay, so second period, Gracie, you did great last week. And Adriana, in third period, you're a terrific writer, and you were advocating for yourself on Friday. And Nicole in fourth period, oh my gosh, she's such a hard worker. Omar, Nicole's a hard worker. And in fifth period, guess what, Sean? It's you, buddy.
You, Sean.
That because
Welcome
you are
club,
engaged
Sean.
in the class every day.
Mm-hmm.
And Haven, I'm really proud of you in sixth period. So congratulations, guys.
My wife's never proud of me. Like,
I'll give you a kiss. I'm proud of you, baby.
All right.
I'm proud of you every day.
You are. So good on these kids. I hope they're y'all better smash that like button, kids. I ain't even lying.
Ring the bell.
It's the most because I'm Batman story I've ever read. That's what a lot of people say. Because I'm Batman, that's why.
That's just fun.
Yeah, Jackie. Spread the word. Let others know.
Oh, and Edwin is telling you guys.
Edwin is good people.
Congratulations. All right, what about the second volume of Bendis' Guardians of the Galaxy?
Right.
There are only 19 issues left. What can be added there? Or will it be a skinny omnibus?
I know it's backtracking, but maybe they could put in the Black Vortex saga in full to fatten it up. Because it wasn't included all in the first omnibus, even though it takes place in the first omnibus. I wish they had remapped them, but they didn't. So maybe that's the only way to do it. Otherwise, man, it just don't. It would be a skinny omnibus.
That's a good question.
Uncanny, konnichiwa.
Anyone know how I can get over my Claremont fatigue?
You have Claremont fatigue, Jan? Well,
I read Beyond.
Read 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 some modern stuff. I guess it depends. Where are you?
Like modern Claremont stuff, or
No, modern
modern
comics.
just
Modern comics usually gets you over the Claremont fatigue. If you're, it depends on where you are with Claremont.
And in the chat, people can suggest
to do some
titles.
Yeah, do some modern X-Men stuff. If you're reading X-Men, I don't know. All right, so here's John's answer.
Oh, I don't have an Iron Man
in no particular order. Michelini Layton, that's a good choice. Fraction, Daniel, Charles Knopf. Thank you so much. I love that run too. Kaminsky, okay, that's a good one. That's on my list too. Ellis, Busiek, O'Neill. Quesada, really? Okay. Quesada did the Iron and the Man mask, right? Was that what it's called?
Iron and the Man? You mean Man in the Iron Mask?
No, it was a play on that.
Yeah. Oh, so
they
the
Man and the Iron. Yeah, the Iron
and the Man.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, I like Iron and the Man. That's a cool title.
Bendis is there we go. Bendis. That's a good one.
John, thank you for the super chat.
And thank you for the answer, my brother.
Yeah. Thanks for paying.
Bendis X-Men is very anti-Claremont. Yeah, that is a really good point. But people still love it, though. People love it.
Do a power bomb.
There you go. That's how you get over your X-Men fatigue or Claremont fatigue.
Good morning, Kit Wingslide. How are you doing? All right. Which Electra series is better? The Milligan
Deodato Hama
run. Larry Hama?
Yes.
Or Bendis Rucka Marvel Knights? Dun, dun, dun. Mask in the
I like the Rucka series. So I would go with the Marvel Knights one. Just a little bit. But I did love the Mike Deodato artwork.
Was it
Mask in the Iron Man? That's it. Yes. Thank you so much. Not Man in the Iron Man.
Channel knows everything. Tyler's
from Louisville.
And knows, yes, it says with the great state comes great responsibility. Oh man, he's got a ton of great shirts like this. It's for other states as well. What is the name? It was at the Lexington Con, but he's got a website.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, dang.
He does. One of my favorite Kentucky quotes that I've ever heard was, I think it was during the Civil War is where it came from. It was I never met a Kentuckian that wasn't going home.
Aw,
or thinking about going home. That's it. Aww. That's the full quote.
I mean, it's a really pretty state.
And that is a really true statement. I've never met a Kentuckian that wasn't going home or thinking about going home.
TCT. There we go. And guys, they got other states on there too. TCT with parodies of Pokemon or Lord of the Rings.
That's where I got the Goonies Kentucky shirt.
And it's nice quality. It's soft.
And at this moment, I just want to remind you folks to please smash that like button for this live stream. Thank you so much for being a part of it.
Do you know if Armor Wars will be reprinted?
Was it voted in our top 20? I don't know if it will be or not. I mean, not that they have to follow the top 20, but or did I send the top 25? I'm sorry.
Is Powerbomb a goofy story?
It's wrestling. It's Daniel Warren Johnson's.
Is it fun?
I haven't read it yet.
Guys,
I'm waiting for a hardcover.
People, I mean, this isn't the first time people are read it. And
I love Murder Falcon, and that was an amazing story. So I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I'll read it before.
What's Vector up? First?
This gentleman has his own YouTube channel.
I was just about to say, with your community posts pop up, I hit the like. Your videos come up, I hit the like. So
yeah, much love to you, brother. I was on the show.
Have you been watching Star Trek Picard?
No, but my brother has. This is a fellow Kentuckian right here, JT Gamer. He knows what's up. My brother loves it. He said season 3 is top Picard.
I wonder if I would like it. I mean, I liked Next Generation.
We got finished out Mandalorian.
Yeah, we stopped after episode 3. That was kind of
How do we think the Epic Collections will map Secret Wars?
Good question.
I hate to even ask this. You're talking about the original one? I don't think it'll be included in anything. I think it will just be a Secret Wars collection. That's just the way they've handled everything else. Like the Evolutionary War, they've only got, if it's just the Avengers part, that's all they keep. Might check it out on Hoopla. Hooray for library. So Hoopla is a place digitally, right? That if your library is part of this program, you can rent books for free. I guess
check them out.
If you pay taxes, then not really for free.
It was easy for me to read Batman Failsafe at work digitally. But then it really is a different experience reading it as a book. However, I mean, it costs money.
Kingsport Cow. Who wears the pants in the family? Well, we're both wearing pants today.
I guess today. You know what? I saw some really lovely ladies at Starbucks dressed all in pink dresses, and I thought, I want to wear a dress. And then I thought, that's uncomfortable, and I'll just be myself.
Well, you didn't expect
every day.
Your question to go there, did you, Kingsport Cow?
On the ball today with random.
Oh yeah,
thoughts.
You just get whatever thoughts Melanie's popping up with. Who wears the? I think it's this house is definitely it's both of us.
And then
we race the girls together. Sometimes I don't agree with it.
When I bought the hippie milk.
No, the hippie milk brought a lot of fights in this house.
Hormones in the milk.
I get it, but it was a $5 gallon, man. I'm from Peru. We didn't have $5 milk. Anyway, sorry about that. But yeah, we do. It's 50-50 for sure. What are you looking for, baby?
Murder Falcon.
It's in the Image hardcovers. They're in alphabetical order.
No,
that's DC over there. Get it later. Come back over here.
I'm gonna forget.
No, you're not.
Right here.
Is Remenders reprinting Black Science? Yes, they are. I'm actually doing an overview of the compendium sometime this week. Starts with an M for Murder Falcon. What was David Gabriel's reaction to 2 X-Men OHC's Omnis in the top 20 reprint list? They're looking at it, and they've already chosen some that I can't say yet, that I haven't announced yet. But no reaction really.
Do you own Do a Powerball?
He's really smooth with his plays it smooth, right? When I have questions about certain things he can't talk about. So that's the deluxe edition of Murder Falcon. It's been available in trade paperback as well. Montana, thank you so much for the super chat. We need an Inhumans omnibus for Geo. Just for Geo.
Only one printing.
Here. I'm in a group chat with Geo, and we talk every day. And I joke about Geo. What do you do? Please. This is the morning chat. What are you doing? And I joke with Geo. I'm like, Geo, you know that when Marvel prints the Inhumans omnibus, that's the omnibus that's going to break the company. It's going to sell 20 copies. And the company's gonna break. And he's like, but at least I'll have an Inhumans omnibus. I'm like, that's true. This
is an interesting choice. This gray streak for the what's it called? In paper.
End sheets.
Mm-hmm. Do you own Do a Powerball?
No, I was just saying it. Do you not listen to me? I was saying I need it in trade. It's coming out and it's out in trade paperback, but it's not out in hardcover yet.
Oh, you're waiting. Oh, okay.
I'm waiting. But I may just get it to read it. Sometimes, there's nothing wrong with that. Look, Kingsport Cow's giving you a flower. Hi, Omar. Melanie, have you got your Deadpool and Cable omnibus copy yet? Yes. I've had that.
It's a jetpack.
I've had that for a couple of months now. That's the first book that's not printed at the iMac printer or the Donnelly printer. Well, it's printed at the Mega printer in Turkey, but it's a different location. I can see Omar being the dad to rock those white Converse.
And when you were talking, I said, he's not that cool. And you said, it's the one printed in Turkey.
What do you mean I'm not that cool?
I'm going to brag on you that David Gabriel said that he respects you.
Oh, well,
and that makes me really proud of you.
It's
okay you don't wear Chucks.
I don't wear Chucks, man. I do got a pair. I got a pair of Converse, okay? I got a pair of Converse. They're not white. They're red.
What do you wear? What is it? New Balance?
Adidas? No. New Balance.
I had a pair of New Balance. They were good. I get Skechers.
That's my brother. My brother loves New Balance and Skechers.
What do you wear?
I wear Adidas and Nikes.
Nike, okay. Mm-hmm. You know what? He leaves them by the bedside. I have to step over them when I make the bed. And
here it is.
Because
who asked the shoe question?
America.
Who asked the
shoes out of the way?
God bless America.
Land that I love. Saturday morning fans.
What did you think
of the Fantastic Four cover?
Oh, it looks so
with
cool.
over 100 characters. Death's Head even made the cover. Really? That's really cool.
Who did that cover? Was it Arthur Adams? I'm trying to think of who did the cover. because I looked at the black and white Skechers rule. Was that Hamza? Okay, Hamza.
Oh, but my Skechers are the really thick ones because I have back problems and I need some support. So they're not the cool ones. Yeah, you can't afford milk, but you can afford Nikes. Enough about good old Kentucky. As NMC's resident North Dakotan, I must say something good about my state. North Dakota, it is definitely a place that exists. Oh my gosh.
Along with your top 10 Iron Man stories.
Really looking forward to the new Green Arrow comic series by Joshua Williamson. He's doing a great job so far on Superman as well.
Awesome.
Wait, did I complain about the shoes before?
Not the shoe thing again. Probably. My wife just goes out to any little chance she can sneak in it's a balance, right? She's like, I want to brag about you, but if you keep your dang shoes next to the bed again, I'm gonna kick you out your own house.
Wedding vows, I said, would you hang up on me because you're mad? I forgive you.
Gosh. Even in our wedding vows, like I couldn't get out of being in trouble. The second Zelda manga series has ended. Do you think we'll get a box set like the first one? If they're smart, yes.
I'm turning my frustration into flirting, I suppose.
Okay. Oh, it's still your birthday month, Jack. I guess
wow.
April ain't over, brother. Thank you for the super chat, hermano. Ahora.
I know. You ever read comic books?
Oops.
That doesn't really apply to this, does it? I don't even know. Does anyone know who that is? Who's this kid? Yes, he wears shoes in the house. And I don't like that either.
Omar, are you planning? I'm wearing sandals right now. What are you talking about?
No, but other times.
Sometimes. Omar, are you planning on doing a Reels talk for George Foreman?
What?
Probably not, but I'll see what Amanda's the manager there.
Is it a movie?
Yeah, they're doing a George Foreman movie. You know who that is?
Besides the grills.
Yes,
I know who it is.
Okay.
Hey, DBC All-Star. Relationships are about balance. Oh, he's always got good advice. If you cannot mess around with one another, not just in that way, wink, wink. I can't wink. The relationship will not work. Humor applies a special spark to romance.
This is true.
Wow, that's poetic. Is there any chance those Usagi Ojimbo hardcovers are reprinted? I just got the 2-book slipcase, so I'm wondering if I should just go the paperback saga versions.
They seem really adamant about like not reprinting those, so I don't know. As of right now, until I can get a conversation in with them and tell them why not just reprint them without making them limited editions, I'm going to say no, not for right now. My podiatrist told me to wear New Balance after the nerve damage in my foot. Told me they were the real shoes with actual foot support that adults need.
And man, I wore those things out, and Ted's suggesting
Hocus. Okay.
See, maybe somebody in the chat's got back pain. This is good advice. You never know.
You never know what kind of advice you're going to get here on the Saturday morning stream.
Oh, Hamza said wear shoes indoors because he's still used to being in rural Peru where you might step on a scorpion or something.
Yo. I know it's a morning stream, but you ready for some nastiness?
Are you going to talk about the
worm
knocking?
No, the worm.
I thought you were going to talk about the knocking.
Let me tell you why. Maybe this is why. And Hamza's right. In Peru.
Actually, thank you, Hamza.
In Peru. Yeah. And this is nasty, so just a little bit of a warning. When I was 7 years old, there are these worms that can crawl up into your foot and leave a nest. And my mom called it the chicken eye because that's what it looks like a chicken's eye. My mom had to take a needle and put it in, in like a little lighter and dig those eggs out. Like she had to dig into my toe. And I think Hamza's right. I think that left a scar on me that I'm like, that's never going to happen to me again. I don't even know how it happened, but it came from being barefoot. Like not even walking outside barefoot. It was inside barefoot. And I know, this is the United States. That stuff is unheard of here, but I don't care. Them worms can travel. I ain't even playing that game. I'm sorry to gross you out, but that happened to me as a kid and forever left a scar on me. And maybe that's why I wear sandals and shoes inside the house.
And you have a scar on your belly and you don't like your belly.
Don't touch my belly, woman.
And a cockroach
we talked about this.
Knocked on the door.
The flying roach. Well, that's an AMA story. All right.
Okay.
How and why?
Thank you for the super chat.
Are we getting a This man's a fan of Tom King's Batcat. How and why are we getting a Tomasi Batman Omni before we get a King Omni? Well, for one thing, thank you for the super chat, by the way. For one thing, the Peter Tomasi Omnibus is collecting his stories because he's done. Like he's done with Batman. Tom King is still writing stories about Batman's past. So maybe he's got a couple stories left in him, and maybe DC knows. So yeah, that's it. Now Omar even wears shoes in bed.
Marvel said that too.
Right? Dude.
Story grabs?
I don't know what they are, man. I don't know what they were, but I don't even think about that day. Like, it forever scarred me. I was yelling. My mom's crying because she's hurting her kid. It was not pretty. I cannot imagine. It was not pretty.
Now the girls when have to get splinters out of their feet, and oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. I don't play that game, dude. I mean, I'm glad I live in America, but then worms can travel, so because Tomasi's run was better. Shots fired! Whoa. I was reading a comment. That was not what I said. I feel Dark Horse hates the idea of reprinting hardcovers in general, unless it's Hellboy. Somebody asked me an honest question about the Snow Angels Library Edition. Do I think that it will go out of print? And I said, I always keep my rule with Dark Horse Comics is if it's not Hellboy or Black Hammer, it seems like lately, better safe than sorry and get it before it goes out of print. Because once it goes out of print, more than likely they're not going to reprint it and stick to softcover format.
Best Saturday anecdote yet.
Chicken Eye, Wormwood. You weren't expecting that, were you? The Simpsons Ominous Omnibus seem interesting, but are the stories just for kids?
I'd say not.
No. Alicia and I read the horror one. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Shoes in bed, 90s TV show.
Stories like that make me really glad I don't have kids. I don't think I could do that. No, right. Thank you so much for the super chat, Jason Kinney. Hey guys, loving the Saturday mornings with Near Mint. Keep it up. I like the idea of an omnibus ranking video. Spider-Man is a lot, and I would love to hear your ranking by Omni. Stearns for the win. You already know. Yeah. What's at the bottom? I guess.
Go right.
But see, I would have to take into consideration not just the stories, but how they're collected. Because to me, like the John Byrne stories aren't the worst stories, but it's got some of the worst mapping of any omnibus because they leave out half the story. So, Omar.
Wrath of Khan, that part with the earwigs.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't play that, man.
Are there any Hellboy Omnis?
Yes, but remember the big Hellboy book is coming out later this year. It's going to be a monster-sized book. So, can you see the Colossal Conan books behind me? Those are taller than a Marvel and DC omnibus. I believe that's going to be the dimensions of the Hellboy. One's coming out later. It's $150, but it's huge. Oh, Psycho Cleveland's already.
What popular books are going out of print soon? 3 questions.
Psycho Cleveland knows I don't do FOMO. I ain't gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna make anybody broke so they can go out and buy.
Wait, but I'll play devil's advocate. What about like getting it before it goes out of print?
All right, so people have asked me for years to do.
Because you're speculating.
To do a list of books that are going out of print. But the whole reason, look, and it's one of those things that I thought about, but I can't because I don't want to drive FOMO into people, even though, people say I do, because I don't want anybody skipping a meal or not paying for their light bill because they got to get 5 Omnis before they go out of print. So that's why I haven't done it. And I've answered that before in the past too. I just don't like that idea. And also, I'm speculating. And if I'm going to go down that road, then the next step is what? Get these 10 books so you can CGC them and you'll be a billionaire by the time you're 80. I have 2 pair of indoor shoes that my podiatrist prescribed for nearly 14 years ago. And one I wore at home, and one I wore at work. Nerve damage was long since healed, but I'm still used to them. And that's what matters.
Psycho Cleveland's like, drive FOMO for my eBay profits.
Oh, that's why Psycho Cleveland.
Let me get Kingsport Cow's super chat, and then I'll go back to Cody's question. All right, I can translate. You read, I translate.
Oh,
Ready?
This is not going to be good. Hold on. El pollo está aquí. Sabes que le voy a poner un poco de salsa picante. Tal vez un poco de salsa de guacamole. ¿Qué piensas? Espero que ambos estén bien.
So, the chicken's here.
Not the chicken eye, the chicken. I know he's gotta be.
I know that you like pico. You like a little bit of picante salsa, but what about guacamole? What do you think? Okay, I'm almost getting it.
Okay, not bad.
And I hope you're doing well. All right, now what was it about the salsa picante?
He
You like to put a
said-
little bit of sauce picante on the chicken.
No, he's saying, I like to put a little sauce.
Okay, but I know it's not literal because ES is you, However, that's the point.
Are you teaching me Spanish?
No,
What's
I'm telling
happening?
you, I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just putting him on words. Thanks for the super chat.
I don't understand
All
what
right,
you're wanting
answer the
from-
question. What about guacamole?
Both.
Okay,
Put both
that's
on there.
forever for the answer. I just wanted to show off. She's got
Dude, not only did she get there, but then she started yelling at me, teaching me Spanish, and I feel like, is my white wife teaching me Spanish?
Oh man.
She already taught me English according to that racist old lady in our old neighborhood.
Oh man.
Now she's teaching me proper Spanish. Considering getting the Crisis on Infinite Earths box set, would you first recommend this as a first big read, and would it be okay to jump into this without reading anything else prior to it? Yeah, sure. My first DC comic was Crisis on Infinite Earths #8. But be prepared to be confused if you've never read anything before this. But I mean, we've had movies about the multiverse before, so you're gonna be fine.
And I read it without reading beforehand stuffs, and yeah, I got it. And here's Comics Are Dope.
What's going
How
on,
you doing?
BJ?
Omni, you guys coming to Heroes Con this year?
No, my brother.
Nope.
I think I can only do.
It's a great con.
It is a
It's
wonderful
one of the
con.
best.
Everybody should go say hi to Comics Are Dope, or BJ Kicks, however you know him.
Right, because he rebranded his channel, so check it out.
His
Are
comic
Dope.
channel, his comic channel. We're gonna be in Japan this summer, so money's gonna be tight no matter what. So I have to think of like, okay, where can we go maybe in the fall, or where can I go in the fall? So I may go and see Jess again for Baltimore Comic Con or something like that. Maybe go up north for Chicago. So,
Curtains close on a kiss.
but maybe next year.
Tell me in this year. Reels talk request. Thank you, Jack. Was it really that bad? DMZ miniseries in comparison to the comic, please. Ooh.
I don't think I even finished the DMZ mini. That's the one with Rosario Dawson, right? Yeah, I didn't finish it, man. Thank you for the super chat, brother.
And what about, this is a good point, Ben M was asking, didn't mention your 6 out of 10 Batman rating to Chip.
I don't think there was a good segue. I wasn't going to interrupt the man and be like, hey, by the way, Chip, you're writing a 6 out of 10 character, right? When are you going to write a 10 out of 10 character? Thank you, Melanie, for teaching Omar English. He speaks it so well.
I know. And we saw Josh at the Heroes Con last year.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people at Heroes Con last year. It was a lot of fun. It was one of my favorite conventions. And we plan on going back. It's just one of those things that...
Yeah, it was so creator-centered, comic creator-centered.
Now, however, I say that, but I may be in Toronto the week after we get back from Japan, because BotCon's there, and Dan wants to go, and Lydia already said yes, and my buddy who lives up there, Project Vikings, like, when are you going to come and see me in Toronto? He don't know yet, but it might be that weekend.
Wait, what are you saying? Tell me later.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Are you guys going to see the Gundam art? Yes.
Is that what you found?
So the one that moves and such.
Like the museum, right?
That's the one. Yeah. So we're going to go to the
How about
Gundam
Jane?
one when we're there. It's a lot of things we want to do. Omar Melanie, I was late again. That's okay, brother. We're doing okay. No fighting.
Somebody asked about Japan content. Like, will we put out content from Japan?
Yeah, probably. So, since I do this for a living, it would be smart to do some content, record while we're there and edit while we're here, because it's a tax write-off. Now, when I say that, people are like, oh, you can write off. Dude, it's like 0.0003 cents to the dollar. So but every little bit helps when you got to pay taxes. Japan has a 5-story manga store. So the hard part about that is that you have to ask permission to record, and a lot of places do not let you record there.
Yeah, in 2000. When did we get?
We went in 2008. Even in 2008,
2008,
people were like, "You can't take pictures here. You can't record here." And we were like, "Respect, cool."
All right, John.
Mama
here we
bleeping
go.
no. I want to know, John, how do you know about pink?
I want to start saying that. It's so random, makes no sense. Thank you, John, for making us laugh and for the super chat. And we have another one. up here. Adam, hey, how are you doing? Thank you for the super chat. Good morning. I vaguely remember Omar talking about planning to take video games on vacation.
Thank you, brother.
What games do you all plan on taking?
I'm going to DC. I'm gonna finally beat Live Alive on my way there.
Live and let die.
I've been playing that for like 5 months now. And I'm gonna take Breath of the Wild because I fell in love with that Tears of the Kingdom trailer.
Yeah, he had played Breath of the
I
Wild.
haven't played Breath of the Wild.
Like, it looks big, and I was like, yeah, it is. Remember, I'd sit outside for like a couple of hours and just play it because it's like you're in nature in the game too. Oh man,
yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't play video games that often, and it's little like whatever little time I get, I try. So I'll probably play Breath of the Wild, maybe something a little bit like Ender Lilies first.
Good, change Walt's comic shop team to new. Hey, it's new.
What if he hates?
He's like, that brings back horrible childhood memories.
I'm dropping you. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, that is ridiculous. Japan.
People in the chat just kept saying Japan content.
Yo, when we're over there and we're recording, I definitely got to bring up though. You can't find this stuff in the USA, and then the USA. You know, the plane.
Oh.
It's the only time I can do it. When else can I do that?
Man, we'll come back and like for a whole month of live chats, be like, in Japan.
Oh my gosh, my wife.
This happened. All right, let's go to Walt's Comic Shop, you guys. If you don't know about Walt's Comic Shop, or you forgot from last week, they are set up in Berlin, Germany. So listen, if you would like to order and you are in the EU, you get a flat shipping rate of 12 euros. And if you want bulletproof packaging, there you go. Go ahead and order from Walt's Comic Shop. Emails answered within 24 hours. And I'm just throwing, this is not in the ad, but I'm just logically, even if you don't live in the EU, surely the shipping would be cheaper than, let's say, the United States and having it shipped across the ocean. Let's see, get some out of print books there, new titles, and exclusively for our viewers, you use the code near mint condition, all one word, at checkout, and get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order over 40 euros. That's Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting, newt. And just want to remind people to smash that like button. For some reason, I got embarrassed just then. And we don't have any packages to open up this week. But we did move the P.O. box. So here it is, near mint condition. P.O. box 1504. 5204. How are we going to say that? 5204.
Okay. I didn't know that was going to be difficult.
I'm not going to combine the numbers. 5204, Frankfort, Kentucky, 40602. And our email address is nearmintcon@gmail.com.
Wow, you did all that by yourself. Good job.
Because you were on your phone.
I do have a beautiful singing voice. People heard it last week. Newt or Newt?
Newt from Aliens.
I made a bulletproof vest out of packaging of Walt's comics.
True story.
But have you put it to use yet? Don't do that.
Don't do that. Oh my gosh, that sounds like a dumb
Japan opened anime manga museums and has 2 manga only public libraries.
Nice.
The only place we went, no, we went to a couple, but one of my favorite ones was the Osamu Tezuka Museum.
In Kyoto.
And just looking at the amount of work that he did, and I thought to myself, I haven't read as much as that man produced. And keep in mind, he died when he was only 60 years old. That is insane.
I learned the other day, watching a video about Evangelion, the anime, that this person said a contribution, how it started, the like posing, we get ready to fight, and you got the background moving, they're like posing, was from what's his name again?
Osamu Tezuka.
Tetsuka's like animation that they were on budget and they had to like cut corners. And so they did that. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. Good morning, Omar and Melanie. Finally reading reprinted Tokyo Ghost, and oh man, I don't want this ride to ever end.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about 20th Century Boys. I'm almost done. P.S. If you two are ever in Toronto, need to try North of Brooklyn Pizzeria or Rudy's. Thank you.
I like that name, North of Brooklyn, because they are North of Brooklyn Pizzeria. Thank you so much for that. Omar, manga tour coming in, well, I think
in July.
I need to text Ryan and see if we can still do it in April and release it for May, but Maybe in June or July. Omnidog is back at 1 p.m. today. That's 56 minutes from him. Thank you so much.
Yeah, go check him out.
Yeah, Jess is a good friend of mine. I'm actually going to get together with him next week while I'm in
Like,
DC.
search for Omnidog.
He's like, I'm on vacation. Patty's leaving me for 2 weeks. And I'm like, cool, you're celebrating it with me for 1 day. You, and Alicia. And he's like, awesome. So he's driving to DC, picking me up, and we're going to hang out for a little bit. I love that guy. Melanie also did a great overview. We definitely could feel the... What's that word? Trachet? Is that
Alex,
teacher? Is that teacher?
I don't know. Alex, explain.
Is that teacher? I feel like that's teacher, right?
Oh, okay. The teacher. Okay. It was a typo.
Look at that.
Oh, thanks. Hey, Erwingu. Did you see John?
Did you see all the Newt dog?
John's super chat.
Evangelion is memorable, is what DBZ All-Star was
Mother
saying.
bleeping Newt.
So we've been to the Studio Ghibli Museum, but we're going to the
Yes.
Studio Ghibli Park. And even though the restrictions have been lifted over there, we're like no mask and stuff, like we still have to take our passports to the park, and we have to take our what's it called, vaccination cards and stuff. So it's so different than here, where we've been places that don't require those things, and now it's like, oh, we got to remember this stuff or we can't get in. What's up, Bart? Welcome to the party, pal.
Just a few chapters left. Just a few chapters left. You buy root beer floats.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm hoping to keep him out until 7 before he gets tired and has to go back to bed. I hope he's having a good day that day, though. I hope he's not sick or anything, because I know with Jess it's day by day. Have you ever enjoyed something so much, yes, that you had to put it down for days or weeks simply to delay finishing it? I do it way too much on larger runs. My wife taught me that. She's like, I always compare my wife to Bastion in Never Ending Story, where he's eating the sandwich and he's like, no, we still got a long way to go.
That was an apple.
It was an apple. He's like, no.
He had to save it.
Like, she's that dramatic and she's thinking ahead.
The pollo.
Pollo is banging. What kind of pollo did you get, man? You put that. You took both the guacamole and the hot sauce. Mama.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Mama bleeping dude. Oh, goodness. Okay. Matt did that with Preacher, putting it off.
I'm trying to think of something. Longer. I don't anymore because I have to read so much that I'm like, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, when is this going to be over, please, so I can go on to the next book. But if I'm enjoying something that I wish it was not over.
I tell you what happened to Super Squad D. It's tax season. That's what happened.
Yeah, I just talked to him yesterday.
24 hours doing taxes.
Yeah.
So, and then he's going to go on vacation. But thank you for asking about him. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go back up for another question. Have you built any Gunpla?
So about 20 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Right after my divorce, my brothers came and got me. We all bought models. Aww. I bought an Evangelion model. Manuel bought a Gundam model, and Tommy bought. I can't remember. I think he bought an Evangelion model too. We put them together, and I got so frustrated. I said, "This is not for me." But thank you guys. It was really sweet. Like, they were trying to make me feel better. They were like, "Get your mind off of things." And at that time, I just wanted to go out and drink. I really didn't want to build models, but I have tried, and it was not for me. But more power to you if you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. You did an overview of Fourth World Omni and Absolute Volume 2. No Volume 1? Will you do Volume 1? For someone who's never read it, which format is better?
Absolute. For Jack the King Kirby's big oversized artwork, my brother. Get the Absolutes. You'll thank me for it. The omnibus is huge. It's almost too big. You are supposed to take your passport everywhere.
Yeah.
Some places, like Nintendo World, doesn't require you to bring your passport, but some places do. So we're just going to take it with us anyway, just in case. But thank you for that, brother. Was that Marcelo?
Psycho Cleveland, when you're done with school. What? I thought
he has failed his sophomore year 85 times.
What? No, are you studying, like, are you genuinely studying something in school?
He's like, aren't you a paramedic? What are you doing these days? Almost the greatest medicine you can give Jess is the love and acceptance you already give to him so freely. Aww. This is true.
I have all of Alita Last Order except for Volume 17, which is out of print. What series do you have nearly done, but just missing a few due to the out of print stock?
Oh, manga? Oh my gosh, so many. I was just thinking about that. I actually have hold on a second. I actually have a list. I wrote down a list because I was like, one of these days I'm gonna
Mine's
find
Ironwalk John, Jan, something.
Presents number 3, Variante number 3. There's another one I have. Dogs no. By Omega. You gave Erica my number 1 and never got it back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh,
it's okay.
She's good people.
She's good people.
Jack Ferry, thank you for the super chat.
Will you attend the comic kit this summer in Japan? When is that? Where is that? Teach me the way, Jack Ferry, because I need to know what that is. Where is that?
There we go. Trying to find one I hadn't used yet.
You really like that one, don't you?
No, it's not like I've used it multiple times.
Okay.
Come on now. What, in addition to Batman and Power Rangers, would you like to see TMNT crossover with?
Usagi Yojimbo, which has already happened. Scrooge McDuck, so he can tell him to get off his property. Get off my property, you young ninjas. Just want him yelling at the Ninja Turtles. Bushmasters, Ferdinand in Peru, but worm parasite foot will never Google it. Don't look at that, man.
John thinks that the best comic featuring chicken is Chew.
What's the rooster fight? The new manga that looks so ridiculous, but Chew is funny.
I just bought off JoJo's because the depository shutting down and everywhere else is so expensive.
I heard. Is Bo still in the chat? Omnibo, you still there, buddy? Love building MG Gunpla. It's relaxing, Mobile Suit Gundam for me, but had to stop as the prices went way up. But you're doing half the work. Why are they going up?
TMNT and Spider-Man.
That's a good one. Omnibo's still here. Where can people buy books if not Book Depository in Australia, my brother? What's up, Robert Marquez?
And we got a super chat. Thank you, Lionheart.
Melanie, would you rather swing with Spider-Man in the city, fly across the world with Superman, or swim all the sea?
It's Spider-Man. I don't need to read the rest of it.
What's the swim with Aquaman besides Geo? Like, if you had a choice?
I do like the ocean.
Oh, boy.
Sure. But no, Spider-Man, because I'm in love. Good question, Lionheart. I suppose you already knew the answer.
Wait a minute now.
Adult Spider-Man. He said, yo. Rooster Fighter?
Rooster Fighter, yeah, that's it.
Was there ever a TMNT Savage Dragon crossover?
Yeah, they appeared in the Savage Dragon issue. Was it issue number 2 where he goes to New York? Yeah, don't look that up, Bar. Just
no, not the chicken's foot.
Thanks to your channel, I got JMS Omnis, Spider-Man vs. Venom, and Tom McFarlane's Spider-Man. I'm thinking of getting Peter David X Factor Omnibus Volume 1 next. Do it and get 2 and then 3, which has been postponed until next year. But hey.
Yes, there is word from Tiger Eyes about the most wanted Omni poll.
So since you just got here, we are going to go live tomorrow, and I said by the end of the stream, I'll tell people when, with the list of top 60, because people asked if I could do it live.
Check the calendar.
And normally, what I was going to do is record it today, and edit and make it go live on Wednesday, because I'm not going to be here next week. But since people requested to do it live, I will say, yeah, of course, if that's what you guys want. I don't think I have the time to prep any kind of visuals, though, because I love having covers and stuff there. But maybe at the very least, I can at least have the list ready. Melanie's going to help me.
I'll draw smiley faces and hold them up.
How about you write you? We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
I know how you can help me. Comic Buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
This is, by the way, in Australia, which is where a lot of people were going for Book Depository. So Comic Buckaroo, Mighty Ape, Amazon, who owned Book Depository, and Booktopia, and even still eBay, but Omnis are now standard 220 to 250. So it's becoming hard, bro. Why are they? Like, how did they go up so much over there? It's crazy.
So Josh put in this Blackwell's. Is this a place to buy books, Josh?
Yeah, but that's in the UK.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, they watch my videos. Blackwell's did. They're the biggest book company like in the UK.
Oh,
Because David had to go to a meeting with them.
hey, Screen Rant took a page out of the gym. Took a page out. Starlin's Omar's interview with Starlin, Jim Starlin.
Yeah,
it's on Screen Rant. They wrote a thing about what Starlin said about 45 minutes cut from Avengers.
Yeah, and Josh sent me the superhero hype link too. They also quoted me, and so did comicbook.com. Steven told me that comicbook.com quoted the interview.
Pretty cool.
So that's pretty cool.
And Bar,
what are you?
Can you figure out what the little asterisks mean?
I'd rather swim with.
Oh yeah,
I'd rather
swim with Harley and Ivy.
I'd rather drown with Harley and Ivy.
Okay, there you go.
On a Monday, doing stupid stuff, and Omar watching while drinking a beer. That sounds awesome.
Final
there you
answer.
Go. There's your Mad Libs. Was that a Mad Lib? Peter, how are you, buddy?
X's Co-Music Room.
How are you, brother?
By collected editions from Booktopia
here in Sydney. I forgot that. Oh, dude, what are you doing up so late or early? What are you doing up so early? The Goon, TMNT and the Goon. Let me double check if my dad's okay.
Sure, TMNT and the Terminator. Cool.
Can you take the next question, babe?
Sure. Oh, so it's like Kangaroo. So whatever it was that I couldn't read. They might be giants. TMNT and Holy Terror. Absolutely joking. I don't know Holy Terror. For a moment, I thought Comic Bookaroo was a version of Buckaroo the Game. Yeah, it sounds like Buckaroo Banzai. Oh yeah, we got to get Alpha into with Alpha. So watching. Good morning. I'm on my break, so got spinning with cousin Omar and cousin Melanie. Big Johnny 4488. We got a cousin we didn't know about. Wait, if you're cousin to both of us, does that mean? What does that mean for us? All the bleeps. He's okay because you just said okay. Ciao ciao. Like I'm doing a show. We should have convinced Chip to write the Unstoppable Bar into a Harley story.
Oh my gosh. No.
Let's see. Maha is saying, or Maja, I'd love to see the Deadpool and Cable Omnibus on the bookshelf close up, please. Please, with sugar on top.
I think that's the standard edition. The Rob Liefeld one has the direct market. It's a big book.
He's a cousin to both of you because that's the Kentucky way.
Who is?
Somebody said spending time with cousin Melanie, cousin Omar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a second. If we're both cousins.
Whatever, it's Kentucky. It's legal here.
Oh, no, it's not.
Even though carrying an ice cream.
Spreading rumors.
But it is. Holy Terror is what got Frank Miller uninvited from his guest slot at Thought Bubble a couple of years ago. Originally pitched as a Batman story. I remember that. And DC didn't want to touch it.
No.
Liefeld is the standard? Really? I really thought Liefeld was the direct market. Thank you for that, Marcelo. Oh my gosh, thank you guys. You are so welcome.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see the book.
Ballistic Romance or Fantastic Frenemies. Why can't it be both?
So this book right here, this is going to blow your mind. Because this book is not printed at the iMac printer, nor the, what's it called? The Donley printer. This is printed at the Mega print. It's in Istanbul, Turkey, which when I was looking at the paper, I'm like, well, there's still a little bleed through, but then again, the Donley printers have bleed through, and it feels thicker. But here's what I thought was really cool was let me just show you. The eyes are bigger.
Look at that.
Because the Marvel's Omnibus that's coming out, the reprint, also has a big eye. And that's, people talk about the iMac printer.
A hot dog with all the fixings.
Okay, sure. Not in there. So the iMac printer, people are like, oh, they need to be better. My complaint about the iMac printer is that I wish their eyes were better. But this is close to the old school Donley printer. That's what I like. Making pages. Let me find a double page spread.
That's nice.
And like I said, the paper stock.
Hey, and it doesn't smell bad.
Well, no, it doesn't. The paper stock seems thicker than what they've used for the iMac. I'm trying to find a spread page. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about, baby. When you can see the sewn binding in the spread page, you know you're in. I better stop right there. It's the Saturday morning stream. So it is printed at the Mega printer, which could still be the iMac printer because it's an Istanbul, Turkey, and it could just be what one particular printer's cool. It could be what just one of their printers is called, the Mega printer. But yeah, I'm happy that that and the Marvel's Omnibus. I haven't gotten the others yet, any new ones yet. So maybe today I'll get some.
Wait. Marcella said that Liefeld is the standard.
Thank you, brother.
And Mr. Ginny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, first read the question.
Yeah, okay. I'm looking at 20th Century Boys right now. What kind of hole are you getting me into now? Base turquoise covering eyes, because it won't show it, so I gotta read it. Picture. Oh my gosh, like I just can't stop reading it. In fact, I did make myself stop reading it this morning while eating my bagel with cream cheese, because I was like, I gotta get ready for the stream. And I'll get stuck near the end, and I want to keep reading. It's a mixture of like sci-fi, mystery. Oh my gosh, mystery! You keep reading, you're like, who's under the mask? And also, I'm bad with names, so I'm like, I forget about people. I'm like, oh, that's so and so. Okay, one sentence, non-spoiler summary. You see kids in 1969, 70, 71, and then they're adults, and it keeps going back to their childhood with this mystery of this like prophecy and game they created and how it's playing out in current times. And it's like spans decades. Oh, yeah, Josh can attest. So definitely check it out. Jug Fairy, thank you for the super chat. Comic Kit is the largest manga anime con in, well, look, I'm going to give you Japan. In
Japan. Do you know when it is? Because while we're there, that would be really cool to cover a convention. Smell the book, Omar. Wow, he was yelling at me to smell the book.
The all-seeing eye.
I'll see. Seriously, I mean, I'm happy with that eye. I like them. As long as iMac crease pages and ink holes aren't there, I'll gladly take it. I didn't notice any. I had reread it already, and because my dumb butt thought it was coming out earlier this month, and nope, it comes out at the end of the month. Checkmate. Is that what it's called? The new anime?
Oh, Cody, I'm sorry. I did say I would come to your question, and I didn't. Thank you for reposting. What are your top 3? How isn't this an Omni yet? What a good question. Besides the obvious Man of Steel.
Well, every year I do a list of what I want in omnibus format. Let's see. How is this not an omnibus yet?
I want to read this.
Besides, sure, baby, but let me do an overview of it first. Then you can.
You're gonna be gone for a week.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the dust jacket.
Okay. Okay. Without Man of Steel, sure. Well, let's go ahead and do Superman Post Crisis. How's that not an omnibus? That is your #1 best-selling title of all time is Batman. And we can't have a proper #1 where to start with year 1 and then all those early stories with Cape Crusader and Dark Knight Detective. So let's move it to X-Men. What's an X-Men era that they haven't collected yet? Mike Carey's run on X-Men. Very underrated. Very, very underrated. Even so when
thank you, I do.
They've been using the Children of the Vault in the House and Powers of X era, the Dawn of X era. So how do we not have that in omnibus format?
People in the chat are commenting on their picks.
Trying to think of some other ones too. How is it not an omnibus? Sure, Shadowhawk from Image Comics. How is that not collected in any kind of format? It was one of the first titles that was released over at Image Comics. One of the 7 founding members, Jim Valentino, and it could be done all in one. So that's a big one. Mm-hmm. So those are the 3. Those are my 3. How is that not an omnibus? I would buy a Ghost Rider Catch omnibus. I would too.
Gunsmith Cast, Trigun, and the Wolf and Cub.
They did do a Lone Wolf and Cub omnibus, didn't they? Keep in mind the Dark Horse Omnis are soft cover though.
Comic
Cat
Cat
is August 12th and 13th
13th,
this year.
yeah,
Dang it.
so-
Hey, Omar, please tell me all the Alex Ross classic timeless variant covers will become an omnibus in gallery edition someday. He did a Baron Zemo cover and a Kingpin cover. They are variants this month. I haven't heard. Maybe an art book like the Marvel art of Alex Ross. I want to ask an important question. 2 questions. What is the best single comic and where to buy Epic Collection comics?
Can you answer the first one?
What is the best single issue comic?
Definitely a personal question.
Yeah.
You could use objective standards, but at the same time, it's just
Well, I
like
can't
whatever
use-
speaks to you most.
I can't use God Loves, Man Kills.
It's not single.
It's not a single issue.
What about the single one issue out of it?
No, God Loves, Man Kills is an
Oh
original graphic
yeah,
novel.
yeah. It was all.
I would say, for me, what made me like the Wolverine fan, what I love so much is one story that nobody cares about. It's
He's cutting hair.
Wolverine 34. That is to me the
Ooh.
best single issue I've ever read. I loved it. So it's the Mark Silvestri, Dan Green's inks, and it was Joe Rosen and Larry Hama writing it. I love that story. Dark Hawk.
Hey, Rand.
What's up, Brian? El
Um,
colombiano está en la casa.
Maybe in the chat, answer Alex's question. I don't know. Some cool comic book themed bookmarks. Wait. What about going to like Zazzle or one of those print
Etsy?
on demand?
Or
yeah,
Etsy has some bookmarks there.
websites where you can, I don't know how legally, but you can get copyrighted images and print it out for you. So yeah. Bar, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me get you your Harley. Softcover Omar. I know you called me an iMac printed omnibus as an insult. Oh my gosh!
Did I?
But a badly printed Omni is still an Omni, while softcover remains just a softcover. Oh, face! I think I still win. Ka-chow!
Ka-chow? That's how you're gonna end that.
Ka-chow!
Okay, burn. I guess that's a sick burn, Bar. Thank you for that.
Kid who collects Spider-Man.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. Yes, I wasted a super sticker. I still love you, kiddo.
I made you a bookmark. Well, I printed it out and laminated it. That was like, would you like to save as font?
I love that.
Font?
That's it. I still
Yes,
have that
no.
over there. I use it on my manga. I make my own bookmarks. There you go.
Any issue of Marvel or Trouble.
I feel like John.
Look, somebody else says the kid who collects Spider-Man.
That's a really good one. I got Ka-chow. I wasn't expecting to get Ka-chow today. Bar with the smackdown. Is that what you think? It's like, well, don't encourage her.
Do you know about some Omnis that were canned and when they will be back unsolicited again? Solicited.
Like out of the ones I've announced, brother, because those are all on the list on social media and on our Patreon. I know of one omnibus from 2 years ago that made it on the list that I don't think David's forgotten about, but I'll remind him. And it was an obscure omnibus, and I was like, I don't even remember this era of this team. And I had to look it up because it was when I was not reading comics. So to kind of give you a hint, that was the 1996 to 2002 era. And I was like, oh, really? That's going to be an omnibus? That's the only hint I will say. But anyway, they took it off and replaced it with something else. That was about 2 years ago, and I haven't seen it since. And honestly, I until you asked that question, I have forgotten about it. But I'll go back and ask him if they still plan on it, because I'm sure they're fans of it, of that era or that series or the creator.
Marvel's from Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross is likely the closest they have to a perennial release.
Mm-hmm.
But what about a Marvel's companion Omni with the other painted retrospective spin-off titles?
Yeah, and they can even throw in the follow-ups to Marvel's. And the, what was it? The Ruins, which is like the dark future for Marvel's.
Oh, Mega Shrimpster is saying like Stern did that issue, The Kid Who Collects Spider-Man, in just 12 pages.
I was going to say it's the back of one issue with, was it a Powerball? Wrecking Crew.
This is a great question. Can you recommend any other comic YouTubers? Like
Yes.
Yes, we can.
All
and
right, here we go.
If you go to the bottom of our page, the friends,
We do have friends.
near mint condition, there's a whole list of YouTubers. Oh, for long, I need to switch
Okay.
up the orders.
So okay, let me get to this
Okay.
answer. Okay, so other YouTubers like me, I cannot recommend highly enough the Omnibros. They get together 3 times a week. They're all live.
So it's
4
Omnibros,
times
the
with
channel.
the Fangirls, and then my buddy Omni Dog's Vault, Curtis at the Epic Marvel Podcast. And please forgive me if I forget anybody, and put it in the chat because I'm gonna forget people.
Oh yeah.
BJ Kicks, comics are dope. Great voice, great guy. My buddy
Omni Dog's on in half an hour.
Yep. My buddy Gio at Manga Geekdom. Omni Nation. Guy has the most contagious laugh I've ever seen anybody have. And sorry. Omni Buddy. Taylor Talks Comics. I'm trying to think of people I had on.
What's Ben's comic channel?
Bunkmaster B.
Thank you.
And does Torsten still do stuff? I don't know. Anyway,
it hasn't popped up in a while.
Riley, Omnibus Collector. I don't think Gabe does any content by himself anymore. Gosh dang it! Why am I'm drawing a blank. Okay, but those will get you started. There you go. Oh, Aussieverse. We're gonna be there. If you're Australian, you don't have to be Australian to enjoy these guys, but they're a group of good guys. Vector was on. Vector. What's his?
Vectorverse. Why can't I say
yes?
Vectorverse.
Illuminati. That guy's solid. Hardcover comics. For the love of comics. For the love of comics is the smartest guy doing this type of content. I'm serious. I don't know how I'm gonna do a collab video with him. I'm gonna sound like an idiot because his vocabulary.
Did you say
yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. Okay. So thank you. Great question.
Joey, hi. Hope that
How are
you're
you doing,
well.
buddy?
I'm certainly doing well. Sorry for spamming the chat during Chip Zdarsky's interview. I had an important question for him that I wanted to answer. No, you don't have to apologize.
Don't worry about it. There were a lot.
And so did I get to it?
There were a lot.
Yeah, there were a lot, and then I didn't want to interrupt him, right?
Dang it. Comic Slayer, thank you for that. And Larry's Library, I had them both on. I was trying to think of all the people I had on. Comic Slayer is Kristen, who teams up with Maddie on Fangirls. Didn't recommend me. Guess I need to work. Okay. Superfly Guy Comics. There you go. I said I'm gonna forget people. I'm sorry.
Marvel releases and Omar's Pigs Omnis. What's on it?
Me on the cover. Me on the spine. Me on the back cover
what?
like this. You mean like my favorite stories? Like an Omar buzz? I don't know. That would be cool. Like to curate a perfect collection. If David Gabriel called me and said, "You've got 1,200 pages." Printed at the Donnelly printer. So you know the spine and the eyes gonna be good. Oh, and you got 1,200 pages. You can write an intro. And we're willing to put your face on the spine.
Like at the bottom.
Like this serious conversation that will never happen. You get to curate the best Marvel comics. And I'm gonna try to sneak in some stuff in there like Transformers, but they don't have the rights to it. David's gonna be like, "What are you trying to do, man? You trying to get me fired?" You know, some Micronauts are gonna be like, "I can't get that stuff. What are you doing? Why is there a DC comic in here? Man of Steel? What are you doing, man? You guys planning on making a video on Star Wars High Republic on me?" Yes, absolutely. Soon as we get it.
What if X-Men 2099 got canceled? What did I miss?
The list is on.
Wait. No,
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, just a second. No. They're not canceled. Okay, so let me explain. I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Okay.
So maybe I should have made a dang video. I don't know why I just went. So everywhere on our social media at Nearman Con, we posted the new schedule. But in case you don't have social media, and I'm sorry, I didn't even think about that. The way that it works is that Marvel is shifting the schedule around so there are no more delays and cancellations. Because, as you all know, last year there were 4 months where we only got like 4 Omnis, and that's it. And then we got Omnigeddon come November, December, and January, where we were getting 7 to 10 Omnis a week. And that was breaking, Marvel took a note. They were like, okay, we can't to play catch up, we can't keep doing that because retailers aren't ordering as much because people aren't buying as much. Nobody has that kind of money. Well, I'm sorry, some people do, but a lot of people don't have that kind of money where they can buy 7 to 10 Omnis a week. So instead, what they did was, okay, let's shift the schedule. Instead of playing catch up, let's move these books that we've just announced for like December and move them into 2024. That's the only way we can catch up. That way there's no more further delays. So instead of having something on pre-order for a year, what they're doing is they are going to cancel things and things will be resolicited. So that stuff like Star Wars Empire 2, that doesn't come out until May of next year, I think. X Factor 3 is June, and X-Men 2099, I think that's July, if I'm not mistaken. But I did put the list out there. It's on our Patreon. At $1 a month, you can have access to that. Or you can just check out our social media. So that's the reason why they're doing that. So you're not pre-ordering something, it's getting delayed, getting canceled, and the retailers aren't freaking out like, well, holy crap. Because that's the problem, right? Whenever you're pre-ordering something and books aren't coming in, retailers are having to order, and then they don't have the money to order it because people aren't ordering or pre-ordering new books because they have a fear that it's going to get canceled. So that's what was happening.
I moved your elbow because
thank you. Thank you, baby.
Thank you. Do you think we'll ever actually get an X-Men the Last Year's Omni with the material from that one book in the box set, Masterworks?
Yes. David said that sounds like a good idea.
X2 Connor saying, do you like Spider-Man or Batman? In simpler form, what are your favorite superheroes? Mine, Spider-Man and Wolverine. And yours, Wolverine.
Wolverine, Guts, and Nightwing.
Yeah, Guts is a superhero.
He is
beyond
the
human.
big superhero. That man don't stop.
When is High Republic Omni coming?
That, I think it's later this year. That got delayed just a couple months.
Let's see. I got my Batman Spawn Deluxe hardcover today. It is a beauty.
It is a pretty book, yeah.
Do you prefer traditional or digital art?
Traditional.
Jinx,
sorry.
You owe me a Coke.
And it's not like
You can't talk for the rest of the
Oh my gosh. It's not like I dislike digital art, but I just love the traditional artwork.
Last I saw High Republic was October 17th.
I think you're right. I don't have the list handy. Otherwise, I would double check.
Every week. When is Black Widow Omni coming?
Bar, you got to make sacrifices. You know what that means.
What's upcoming on the bestest channel ever this week?
All right, my brother. Here we go. Get ready. Write this down. I got to send this to Taylor. Tomorrow, I will be going live at noon. Would that be okay with you? At noon, I'm going to see if my buddy Omni Dog can join me with the... I can't do it that late though, because I still got to record things. I love you.
If we go to Good Shepherd,
60, your top 60 most wanted Marvel Omnis. That's so we can sit here and talk about it. Okay. I can't go on for more than 2 hours though. I know a lot of people like to talk with me about these things, but I have to limit myself to 2 hours because I still have to record things for the rest of the week. Monday is the Planet of the Apes overview, as well as the Last Exile overview, which is freaking phenomenal. Tuesday's the Marvel trades with old reader, new reader coming back at 8 o'clock. Wednesday is the how to fix my spine. I finally got a couple books that's my cousin and my brother had that needed to be fixed, and I fixed them.
I had no idea.
So that video's been made for like 2 months now.
That's why I did.
Thursday's your first look at the Spider-Man remaster work. It's your first remaster work, what they've added, how the artwork has been touched up. And Friday will be, I'll have to record it while I am in DC, but we'll see. It's because I should be getting it then. The upcoming DC solicits for July. It's July, right? Yep. July. And that is what's coming this week. Thank you for asking, brother. Omar, that's awesome. Put me down for X-Men The Lost Years Omnis too. Yeah, I think I joked about calling it X-Men 2.5, the X-Men 2.5. And he was like, ooh, I like that. I don't know if the rest of the group will like that though.
Hi from UK. Love your vids.
Thanks, man.
Have you ever listened to Comics Explained? Love him.
No, but my
and somebody else's recommendation.
Maddie loves Comics Explained, and she loves Comics Historian. Those two guys, yeah, obviously a lot of people love them. Yeah, I think they're great.
John, thank you for the super chat.
What, John? Come on now.
Uncanny Omar presents Chuck Austin's X-Men Omnibus. Is Omar dressed as Nightcrawler, dressed up as the Pope? That's a double cosplay there.
I'm going to get kicked out of the Catholic Church with that. Not because I'm dressed as the Pope Nightcrawler, but because I chose Chuck Austin's X-Men Omnibus. How to fix my spine, the chiropractor edition. What's up, Joe Cool? How you doing, brother?
Let's see.
I haven't seen you in a live for a minute.
Ryan's trucking along.
Okay.
With my X-Men read-through and just read
New
Mutant
Mutant
64 for the first time. That was one of the creepiest and touching comics I've ever read.
I love that. That is I can't say what it's called, but it's the one character who's an alien to our world dealing with death and doesn't understand the concept of death. So
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it is creepy, but because you got to look at it from the perspective of this character, it really hits, man. It's a good one. My problem with digital art is that there are usually no inker, and some artists really benefit of a great inker.
That's
100%.
That's a good point.
When do the new announcements start? Well, as soon as Marvel. So the big announcement has to coincide with the Marvel announcement. That's why I have to work on their schedule. Because when I announce that book, that day that book gets announced, this is so cool. I get is it called Spearhead? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Is that not?
Yeah, it sounds right.
No, I mean, can I still say that without getting canceled?
Because
I don't know anymore.
But it is a
terminology changes
you're
over time.
going first, you get to say it,
right?
And that's the spearhead of a
right. Anyway, whatever. I get to be the first to start the breaking news for this thing that they're doing, and then later on they'll announce something, and I think even later on they'll announce something else, but I'm the one that gets the kick started. And I'm like, oh, that is so cool. That's the way David wanted it done. And I've been working with a different group of people to kind of make that happen. So it's really humbling that I get to play a part of that. And a lot of that has to do with you all. It's because of you all where I am. So if a retailer pre-ordered the book that was delayed until 2024 before the delay, does it mean their order is canceled and they'll have to reorder it in the new catalog? Yes. But the problem with that's what Marvel hates doing, is that a lot of retailers have a problem doing that because they don't have the time or the people to reach out to people and say, hey, your order was canceled. You're going to have to reorder. They're just hoping that you pay attention to the next catalog.
Derek is getting that comic signed.
Yeah, I love that comic, man. It's good. It's Brett Blevins on artwork, and of course Wheezy writing it.
Sam's
no, they do not.
Good point as well. Colors don't get remotely enough credit. What are some color remastering that was done well in your opinion? And that's why in my overview I wanted to mention Maury's colors. They were beautiful.
Dave Stewart, but the big one right now is Jose Villarrubia. If you've not picked up Absolute Swamp Thing, the thing that he did with that is a miracle. Seriously, it's beautiful. It looks like it was made back then, but with just a little flare of new. Enough of a flare of new. Yeah.
So Bar, thank you for the super sticker. And
she has no question.
Where? Oh, there it is. Wow. It's all the way down here.
Where are we jumping? Omar, Melanie are welcome to jump in for a little as well.
Yeah, where
are we jumping?
Wait.
Are you jumping into a lake?
Was that like? Did you say something else before that?
Here, let me look at some. What's the oldest book in your collection? Probably
that was the first.
An Uncanny X-Men book. 97. My oldest ones. I got rid of all the other ones. Omar, will you be working with Kevin Feige or what? Yeah, me and Kevin are gonna restore the Snyderverse. Recoloring gets a bad rap, but for some of it is really well done. Just not Neil Adams recoloring. Yeah, sadly, that book got a lot of hate. If Junji Ito could draw and write one Marvel character, which would you like to see the Ito treatment? Ghost Rider for you, huh? What a freaking awesome question. I love it.
And Bar, after your super chat, it got lost. Like, it's not here. So say it again.
Scarlet Witch for me. Scarlet Witch. That's what I would love to see. Laura Martin is also solid. It's Laura Allred. That's another great colorist. Revoking is Always prefer original colors. Oh, you mean
Like reworking?
recoloring? Recoloring?
Can we say
Thought people didn't like Absolute Swamp
remember
Thing's new colors. No. Not the Alan Moore run, like the Bernie Wrightson and Len Wein stuff. And it's not people. Keep in mind, Cody, some people really like the new colors too because they have no nostalgia for the old colors. But old cats like me that love the old colors will always remember something like that.
Bar, thanks for retyping it. And just to explain, like for us, the chat is not the same orders on YouTube. Like it's not 2 comments under her sticker. I don't know why, but on StreamYard, our end, comments are not in the same order.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Batman Year One is one of those examples of a solid recoloring.
Yeah, considering how well they, compared it to the original one, they did a really good job with that. I'm also a fan, I know people hate this one, of X-Men 2.0. The recoloring on Jim Lee's X-Men, I thought that was great. I love the recoloring on that. I didn't know until the internet that people hated it.
What is a comic you regret having? I'd say it's more of like, you don't necessarily like it, but you want it in the collection because you want to complete it. Maybe.
There are several that I don't like. I have all Wolverine Origin by Daniel Way. I don't care for a single issue in that run. I'm not a fan of the Ken. So, yeah, I have things like that. Bendis's X-Men, I know some people love it, but personally, I was not a fan of that run at all. So, I have that stuff. DC's the same way. There's some really bad DC books that I have. But just because it's part of a collection or it's part of issues in between two other creator-centric runs, I have them. At the gym, there you are, Matt. I was trying to keep up with what you're doing. Trying to get that Dick Grayson physique.
Yeah, you
About to go to beach vacation in Florida.
Ooh.
What Omni or run would you recommend to bring? Maybe something not too big. If you don't want something too big, get that Devil Dinosaur or Planet of the Apes. What's a good solid like omnibus that just came out? Adam Warlock is good. Maybe I'm just thinking of some of the most recent ones that don't have a lot of pages. Or Nova. Nova's solid. Why do people go?
Okay.
Why do people hate Daniel Way's Wolverine? I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it was just I don't think he understood the character. The idea behind Wolverine Origins was, dang it, I can't talk about it. Okay. Something in House of M kickstarted Wolverine Origins. And what? Like, that's what we got? Like, we needed answers. I didn't even like the idea that kickstarted. I wasn't a fan of Bendis's House of M. But it kickstarted a new series, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see where they go. And it was just not for me. I read every single one of those, and I like the art because I'm a big fan of Steve Dillon, but it wasn't anywhere.
Right. Bart, it's still not here. Let me
hold it. First of all, let's go on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I was going right here to look on YouTube.
Yeah,
I got it, baby. You go ahead and answer Martin's.
What's up, Martin? Hey, everyone, quick question. Would you know if Brian K. Vaughan's saga is complete with the 3 deluxe editions? No, sir. He is still writing it. So, not complete yet.
Yeah, okay, I found it. That was easy.
Okay.
All right. Softcover Omar. Just wanted to let everyone here know I'll soon be doing a Harley Quinn stream with Jess on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know when exactly, but make sure to subscribe to him and tune in. Oh, that's awesome, Bar.
That man is full of empty promises and will crush dreams. Empty promise. Omar!
Go check him out.
Any word on the reprint of Wolverine by Mark Millar Omnibus? That book's been going for low 200, high 300 on eBay. Perhaps an expanded edition like Marvel did with Iron Fist? What would the expanded edition have? Because I don't think he did anything for Wolvie after that, right? Because Old Man Logan, they would have to put that into an Old Man Logan omnibus. No, but I haven't heard about it. I'm sorry. If Akira Toriyama did one Marvel comic, what should it be? My vote, Fantastic Four.
Oh.
Oh, man. It's X-Men. It's got to be X-Men.
And what Bar was referring to, Jess, is on OmniDog. That's his channel.
Yes. For the beach, no omnis. They'll get salty. Sea air in the pages and sand. No ditch if you're going to be on the beach. Did Daniel Way understand any character he wrote for Marvel? I will say that like some of the jokes on Deadpool made me crack up, but it wasn't Deadpool. That character was way too cartoony and goofy for Deadpool, but people like that. And honestly, it was during Daniel Way's run of Deadpool that Deadpool became popular. And I don't know, I'm sure a lot of it has to do with Daniel Way, but it also had to do with the times that we were in. And that's the beginning of the whole memes, right? People were seeing this character in a meme, and they're like, who's this funny guy that keeps talking to you, breaking the fourth wall? So Sony would have made up Wolverine Origins in a movie if Marvel didn't do it first. But he's talking about Wolverine Origins, not Origins Wolverine. I know, it's so stupid and confusing. Origins Wolverine was Quesada put in a corner and saying, hey, it was Fox, right? Fox had the rights to the X-Men movies, and they're like, hey, we're going to do an origin of Wolverine. And they were like, no, we're going to tell it first. So that's what it was. Way definitely didn't understand Venom. But Venom, like his Venom was like the Thing, right? If you've watched the Thing, then you know what you're getting. And I thought it was fun.
It's like a B movie vibe?
Yeah. It's like a horror movie, right? That's the way that it felt. So that was okay. I actually liked his Bullseye. I thought his Bullseye was pretty good. His Ghost Rider was pretty good.
Destroyer agrees as well with Deadpool Bullseye.
Yeah, and what's it called? The Ghost Rider. Thought his Ghost Rider was pretty good.
How many comics do you have, and how much are all the comics? Well, me and our two daughters counted for the collected editions over 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a 2-hour video on that on the channel.
Yeah, it's the library tour. It's the library tour.
This year's library tour. Do you have any idea about how much?
No, I don't think about that. I'm sorry, I don't. Yeah, it's been read.
Still, it's really cool to say over 4,000.
Things have been read. Things aren't in mint condition, near mint condition.
Oh,
so
no!
It's just they're well loved books. So
we're phonies.
Hey, Omar and Melanie, I'm just getting into Jeff Lemire's work. In particular, Black Hammer. Do you know if the library editions are at risk of going out of print? They restocked the second one, so as of right now, no, but that could always change.
Quick, what was everything that got covered in the first hour and 52 minutes?
Chicken.
Footworms?
Nope, I'm just leaving it at chicken. We don't have to go into specifics.
Oh, man.
It's over 9,000 one day. Where am I going to put all those books? Omar, with the MCU actors or actresses, do you see could make the jump to the DCU? Well, they already got my dude, Crossbones, right? Who I thought was underutilized in the MCU anyway. Over 4,000.
With all you have going on, when are you going to see Evil Dead Rise? I can't imagine you waiting for the streaming release.
Is it out already? Dude, I haven't seen John Wick 4. I did see Super Mario Brothers with my girls. That was fun. So yeah, I haven't seen John Wick 4 yet. When is Evil Dead Rise coming out?
What current TV commercial do you hate the most?
O'Reilly's. Oh,
no,
I don't think it's local.
Sings that Burger King
Frank
jingle.
Grillo.
It's been months, and I finally learned what the heck my girls were referencing, and that gets stuck in my head all the time.
I feel like Chicken Tonight. I hate that. I wish it would.
Oh no! What? That's like from the 90s, dude. Or was it the 80s?
Oh, he did not say when.
Oh,
okay, Melanie.
Whopper.
Melanie, it's that time to stream my sweet melted chocolate bar. What the heck? What are you reading right now?
Oh, thanks, Bart. And see, it showed up right underneath your super sticker. I don't know what was going on. 20th Century Boys that I'm almost done, just a few more chapters, and I put Murder Falcon and Cable and Deadpool Omni on the table so I wouldn't forget to take it upstairs after we're done in 6 minutes. I say 6 minutes. Yeah, right.
We don't know.
But thanks for asking, Bar. If you could recommend one omnibus in May, what would it be?
Well, I do top 10 every month. Uncanny X-Men 5? Is that May? Right? Let me. I don't want to miss. Or is it June? I just put this list together and I can't keep up.
The email was titled Omniboo, upcoming Omniboo,
Yep.
with BOO.
May. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. Uncanny 5 is June. May. I would say, oof, that's tough. But gotta go with Spider-Man 2099 Omnibus Volume 1. Number one best like I've been waiting for that book for years, long before even Marvel made the call to contact me. I do my most wanted Omnis every year on my channel, and that book always made it to number one. By the way, I base my Melanie comments on what my mom bakes that day. Oh, she made you chocolate bars?
April 21st, rather.
Okay, I will be there. Wait.
4,200 single issues.
That doesn't include Omnis. That's a lot. Omar, have you ever gone back to reread Onslaught to see if you enjoy it more after a few years? What was it that you didn't like about the story originally? The treatment of characters. The art was getting a little too 90s for my taste. As much as I love Adam Kubert, the Pasquale Ferry issues were just rough, man. Or Balsamics. I loved his Conan, but his Wolverine was just no-nose Wolverine. It was a rough era. And have I gone back and reread it? I haven't read it in a couple of years. It's been at least 2 years, because when the trades were coming out for Marvel, I'm like, well, let's give it a fair shot. And I said, no, I'm still going to keep my feelings out of the overviews, because, somebody out there enjoys this stuff.
Lots of people are excited about Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah,
the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie on DVD was Amazon's #1 selling product across all their movies and television last week. This week is number 2. Oh yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not sugarcoating it. It's not. I mean, it is a kids movie, but it's a kids movie with so many Easter eggs for old people like myself.
Wait, are you talking about the original
Mario
live
Brothers
action or the current one?
Oh, I'm talking about the current one.
Yeah.
Oh, the live action was #1.
Yes.
Was it Quentin Tarantino?
Yes.
I heard Quentin Tarantino had something to do with that. I don't know what he did though.
What?
But the Andy Kubert and Joe Mad X-Men is amazing. Yeah, those were great. But then everything else in that omnibus, they were pretty rough. Onslaught looked cool. I did like that. David Harbour mentioned in an interview how absurd it was that to have a Red Guardian to have a Russian accent in Russia when he should have just spoken Russia. I'm glad he noticed that.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't need to know. So it's not like spelling is related to any of his powers.
Yeah, huh? That's how he knew That's how he knew Jean Grey was alive. Remember, he sniffed her out in the tunnels of Mutant Massacre. He's like, that sounds familiar. Dude, don't come at me now, John. We're talking about Wolverino. All right. Something. Plug the Patreon and book club. There you go, baby.
something. But yeah, everybody's so creative and witty with coming up about the, how to plug the Patreon to segue it in. So yeah, don't blame me. Just say something. Okay. So, check out our Patreon for any of your geeky needs. That tiers start at $1, and at the $5 tier, it's not the only benefit. However, there is included Discord access, and the $7.77 tier is book club and Ask Me Anything, which is going to be April 23rd and April 30th for those meetings. And Discord is a very positive place. So if you are looking to have a place to geek out about comics, definitely check it out. And of course, it helps support the channel that Omar can make this his job and continue making so much content. Like seriously, thank you all, because he could not do this without Patreon. Like it just couldn't be for monetarily possible. Is that a phrase?
That is a phrase.
Okay.
What can I get for $1?
You get access to documents.
Get one rib. Just one rib.
What's that from?
I'm gonna get you sucker. It's a Chris Rock's character.
He's haggling for. Gotta get one rib.
It's like a slab of rib. No. Just one rib. I love that character. No, dollar gets you written documentation of stuff, like, and you can vote on old reader, new reader.
Reviews of adult books.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, but then like New Spooky Channel sent me what was that? Was it the Greg Horn art book that you sent me? Still over there, and I'm like, maybe I should do that for Patreon. We'll see.
It was Kyle's specific Patreon payment that paid for your ticket
to go see the Super Mario
movie.
Brothers. Thank you so much for that. Are you at the like $10 tier? Because that's how much freaking movie tickets are right now. Quentin Tarantino recently did a screening of the live-action Super Mario Brothers with the directors at his theater. The director said they expected 10 people to show, but it was
Oh, good. I
now
mean,
that's what's up.
John Leguizamo, come on. He's so cute.
John Leguizamo
I
made a
bet.
strong statement about non-Latinos in the new Super Mario Brothers movie, so he
Oh, he did?
boycotted it. And I was like, but they're Italian. All right, whatever, man. John Leguizamo. I get it. No, Discord's at the
that's
$5
the
tier.
That's
Mhm.
the next one up. Mhm.
Yeah.
You quoting, I'm going to get you some.
Dude, I'm a Gen Xer. Of course I'm going to quote. I love that movie.
All right, it's 101, so.
All right, let's do three more questions. Three more questions. I'm stuck in that Chris Rock voice. Who had the best run? Grant Morrison on Batman, Ed Brubaker on Captain America. Thanks for what you do. And thank you for the question, Comic Joe. Ed Brew on Cap. I love what Morrison did. Started strong and then they went nuts. And I mean nuts. But like you gotta reread a lot of that RIP stuff to see what's really going on with Batman. But the whereas Brubaker, did some twists and turns, played it safe. It's pretty straight. You don't have to overthink things. Yeah. I'm new to the channel, but I found your Spawn Origins Book 11 video helpful. I'm excited to get mine today in the mail. Enjoy the videos.
Oh,
thank you so much, man. I'm glad that you found it helpful. Will you be back next week? Yes. And I'm going to be on your channel along with Melanie at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on April 29th. And that is Omnibus Aussieverse. I like Omar, but not that much. I dropped $5 on Super. Dude, I'll take it. And not everybody can afford it. But thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
29.
Joseph. Yes, that's it. Michael Lisner's Girls and Goddesses. Maybe I'll do an overview of that. Omar, what cosmic stories, runs, events outside of the Fantastic Four and X-Men would you recommend to somebody, me, who doesn't like cosmic stories? Annihilation Conquest, Prelude to War, the Road to War of the King, War of Kings, not War of the Kings, War of Kings, and the Realm of the Kings. Best cosmic saga I've ever read. Just want everyone to know you're here every week. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, Rahul.
Why does Dark Horse hate me? Because God sees what you do. Morrison's, X-Man, or Wheaton's? Which do you like less? Wow. Morrison's. I gotta go with Wheaton's. I love it. Great live stream, NMC. I wait for this every week, and it never disappoints. Thank you so much. Organic Price Books. What about Symbiote
Price Books?
Better. Is that their competitor? Great show as always, guys. Slot Surfer solid. Yes, that's a good one too. That is an excellent one. Because Shonda Sook, my brother's been watching me for years. Let me tell you something about this man really quick. Let me brag about this man. I made him a moderator. What was that, Shonda Sook? You're like 4 years ago, maybe, right? And I said, hey man, can I send you some books? And he said, no, thank you. Like, that is the first person.
And he also said bots are people too.
Yeah.
He's got a big heart.
Shonda Sook is good people. Let me tell you, because I said.
So that's the opposite of a moderator.
That is the first person that has ever turned me down for free books. I've never, I like paying it forward. I like giving people books. And that is the first person that said, no, thank you. So there you go, man. He's good people. You say hi to Shonda Sook out there in real life. Have a great weekend, all. So check out cheapgraphicnovels.com if you want cheap graphic novels.com. They have books up to 50% off. They have Marvel sales all the time. DC sales just recently. So Omnis they're hugely discounted. Tell them Near Mint Condition sent you their way for free shipping on your next order after your first one. And man, that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. Stay minty. Is that what you say? Thanks for all you do. I will be back tomorrow at noon. I'm going to see if my buddy Omni Dog can join me. And you guys join me for the live. Melanie will be joining me, helping me. She just don't know a date. So Dave said, never trust a guy named Dave Chappelle, right? You going Dave Chappelle?
There we go. Jack. Oh, hold up. Let me get you out.
All right, Jack.
There you
last word in.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
And as always, guys, stay minty.
Bye, everybody. Mario and Luigi.